So, today we are talking about a Les Paul Jr., kind of. I bought this guitar, I was out of town visiting some family in northern Indiana around South Bend, and this was on Facebook Marketplace. This was a couple years ago. I want to say the guy had it for like $300. I met this guy, I think it was in Buchanan, Michigan, in a McDonald's parking lot at something crazy, like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And I'd looked at this guitar. I was kind of on a junior kick. Felt like I had to have something like this. This popped up and was cheap-ish. It looked way nicer than it actually was. And ended up buying it from the guy. When I got there, though, all the little things started to add up. There's a lot of little things on this. So let's just start with the thing that always stuck out to me. This pick guard. It's just clear plexiglass. If I get this close here, you can kind of see it's crudely cut out. And it's just wallpaper underneath the, not even plexiglass, just clear plastic. Oh yeah, and the cover for the control cavity, same deal, and once again, same deal. You can see it crudely cut out. When I bought it, it also had wallpaper like this over the headstock. I felt like that was a bit too gaudy, so I kind of got that off. You can see runs in the finish all over this guitar. The neck joint is kind of crazy. We'll see if I can get that on camera. I don't know if you can see the huge gap in there. Try to get the other side too. There's just, whoever put this guitar together, whoever built this guitar, I'm not sure what the deal was. The bridge studs, I think, are in the right place. When I bought the guitar from the guy, he told me about how he had tried to route off part of the bridge, tried to grind off part of the bridge because he felt like he needed that much more space going that way to get it intonated correctly, which I've got, I think, 10s on it right now, and it's intonated well enough, stays in tune, so maybe the bridge posts are in the right spot, maybe they're not. For just being a bang-around guitar for now, I guess it's fine enough. This guitar is not good, but it does something cool. I mean, it's got a vibe. It's almost kind of Art Deco. I put these knobs on here, and I feel like they kind of match with that in a pretty cool way. The headstock is very barbaric, I suppose we could say. Just like I don't know if that's like a machining something to get something lined up, what that is, but whoever built this thing, once again, didn't put it together with the greatest of care. We'll just put it that way. I will note, it's got a really cool volute. You don't see that often. Wouldn't get that on a Gibson Jr. if you bought one right now. But this guitar raises the question, what makes a guitar good? What makes a guitar bad? Because honestly, I think we all get hung up on what makes a guitar good when most any guitar could get the job done. I could go buy a $200 Epiphone, and maybe it'll need setup. That's a given. Maybe the pickups won't be the exact right pickup for me, but they'll do well enough. Set up right and with the right amp, it's not going to be that big of a deal. But what we don't ever really have to ask ourselves is what makes a guitar bad? And honestly, I never really had to think about that until I bought this thing from a guy in a McDonald's parking lot at 11 o'clock at night. So, I'm going to play it a little bit. We'll hear some sounds. Clean. I have a wonderful silver face twin right here, so we'll get to hear that. And then I've got a Morgan MVP 23 off to the side over here. That will be our dirty sounds. So let's hear some sounds, shall we? So that was the Mystery Junior clean. So I was thinking about more details of this guitar and what the story was from the guy when I bought it. The guy gave me this whole story about some well-renowned tech luthier. I don't even remember the name now. That had put it together for him. Some kind of parts bin thing. He had the parts laying around and built it. I do believe that it was parts laying around and then put together. That guy had told me it was some kind of, it was like African mahogany or some kind of very sought after mahogany, but to me this just looks like maple, which is cool. The fretboard's probably rosewood. It's kind of grainier than I'm used to rosewood being, but given everything else about this guitar, it wouldn't surprise me that it didn't get prepared as well as a Gibson Les Paul would. One of the things I mentioned the bridge already, and the guy trying to grind off part of the bridge. This thing is, I have the bridge literally as low as it will go on both the treble and the bass side, and the action's still pretty darn high. Luckily, I like my action somewhat high, but I mean, this guitar would be better off as a slide guitar. I still wish I could get it just a touch lower and feel like it would, set up like it actually should if it was just a touch lower. The pickups, something kind of cool. I've taken the pickup out before, but it's been so long ago. I've had this guitar sitting around basically not working for a couple years now. I mean, a Les Paul Jr. to me is rock and roll. I don't think clean sounds. I think, cranked Marshall type of sound. So let's get the Morgan going. Let's hear what this P90 sounds like. You'll see me messing with the tone knob. I was doing it a little bit in the Twin as well. Also, it cleans up well. I mean, this amp cleans up well, and it's a P90. There's something cool about turning it down. Still got a lot of high end to it. So, without further ado, the Dirty Mystery Junior. And there it is. the guitar I should not have bought. I don't really have anything else to say. There's not really anything to say other than, you know, you get the gas, you get it in your head that you have to have a certain kind of guitar, and if you're anything like me, you get tunnel vision sometimes. And this is definitely the biggest mistake I've ever made when it comes to gear acquisition syndrome. I honestly, anytime I make a big purchase, you know, a couple $100 or more, I usually regret it for a day or so. And this one I've regret for a couple of years now. So don't do what I did. Don't buy a guitar that you have no clue. I still don't know what the deal with this thing is, and probably never will. Did you build this guitar? Comment down below if this is your fault. Once again, thank you to Perennial Sound Studio here in Champaign, Illinois. Vocal lessons, guitar lessons, piano lessons, probably bass lessons, recording your music. This is the place to do it. Hit them up at the link below. Until next time, see you around.